Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the 5th round of the ARC Formula 1 Championship. We've got the Monaco Grand Prix for today. And we are in the midst of what is allegedly one of the closest constructors and drivers battles in AF1 history. I believe it was one of the Renaults that was the first to lose the pits. Just the what the heck? Well, that was strange. As Mikey De Jong was the first to leave the pit lane as I get all of the other stuff on the screen. And use the time he's on the outlap to begin the to get the stream to another potential viewer for the night. I see De Jong must have had a mistake on his outlap. So it'll be Lee Kelly instead who will be the first to begin his swine lap. A big lock up into the downhill right-hander. I know the names of some of the corners on this track, but not all of them. I don't always say them right either, but you know. Whoa! Huge moment for him. For Lee Kelly coming out of the Barber chicane. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. That's another major mistake, so now it'll be Connor Sucho who will be the first to complete his lap. Looking on that little icon down there, must have some damage of his own. He will complete the first lap of the session for today with a 1:11.4, immediately outclassed by Liam Krog with a 1:10.2. I don't know who is in what order, so I'll just look at the leaderboard while we follow Tim Olsen, who has a bit of a scare through the chicane, but survives. Christian Pacheco gets a 1:09.5 in on the soft tires, whereas Liam's lap time was set on the medium tire. Jackson Tate with a 12.7, also on the medium tires, and Tim Olsen will abort the lap. There is Mitch Kahan with a 1:10.2 on his soft tires. But it's still very early. He's probably just making sure he has a banker lap of sorts, so that he doesn't, you know, in case he makes mistakes later, he still has something to fall back on. As those 5 drivers still the only ones who have completed their laps. Matthew Stotts is in the middle of his. Not in the middle of his flying lap, specifically not the middle of his lap. And he and Mikey De Jong are, I think, the only ones. Who's further along on the lap? Oh, Mikey's definitely further along. So we'll keep the camera on him, and then switch to Stotts if and when he completes his lap. Mikey purple in the second sector of the racetrack. Can he convert that into a staggering lap time here? He cannot. He manages a 109.77, so he'll be on the front row for right now, but that's not pole. Stotts runs a medium lap of a 111.2. It looks like he's still on a hot lap, but I know he's on his way in because he has no ERS left. As once again, the game really wants to tell me that Liam Krog has the fastest lap, even though he actually doesn't. And I don't know how I can get this game to not do that. I hide the UI? There we go. Oh, Matthew has had a moment, and that has interfered with Lee Kelly heavily. I mean, he was ghosted, so he couldn't hit him, but he still made the error. And that'll negatively affect Lee Kelly's lap time, I'm sure. Just, if nothing else, just by, you know, freaking out and panicking because you just saw the front of a Formula 1 car, and that usually isn't what you see. Braden Sisko ran a 111.5 at some point. And here comes Lee Kelly to run a 111.8. And he just about tags somebody as they were leaving the pit lane. As here comes Jake Scarborough. I just happened to look as he was completing his lap time. He's on the medium tires and he runs a 111.64. I would point out how that is kind of low on the spectrum, but he is also on the mediums, and the fastest one that still has the mediums lap set are Setchel and Stotts, I think. Actually, no. Connor Setchel ran that on softs. So it's only Stotts that has managed a faster lap than that on the same compound. Jackson Tate has just begun his lap on soft tires. His current best was on mediums. As Jonathan Parker runs a 1972, or 109.72. What track am I at? A 109.72 to reach third on the grid for the moment, on softs. Oh, what was that? Was Connor Hannock always here? I don't think he was. Unless I'm just dumb. So there's a possibility. On this lap, Jackson Tate will complete it, and he will run a 110.3 on the softs. Comes Mickey De Jong on his second attempt at qualifying on the softest compound. A little aggressive into the last corner. I think that cost him... No, it certainly did not cost him exit speed, as he now takes provisional pole with a 109.29. I think Lee Kelly is on his next attempt. Apparently purple through sector 2, I will believe it when I see it because that has lied in the past. More locking up into Rascass, but no hesitation through the final corner. And this is on a medium tire, and that's a 109.7. That is scary. He's only about 4/10 off of pole, and he's on the harder compound. Oh my. That is just oh my. We have Connor Hannock, as well as Kyler Boggs on their laps at the moment. Tim Olson, Knickel, and others soon to be starting theirs as well. A bad lockup for Connor Hannock through the swimming pool section. And into Rascass. But if he locks up, that means he's just pushing it hard, so we'll see if that translates into a lap time here or not. Just not much. 12.2. A 112.222. That's a lot of twos. And then Kyler Boggs completes his with a 113.2 on mediums. So Tim Olson and AJ Knickel are beginning their laps, and they're the last drivers to set one in this session. Assuming that they complete it on this go-around, which, being that it is Monaco, it's not always guaranteed. AJ has encountered an obstacle in the final corner. I don't know how much that affected him. Not too much, but it's still enough. It's a 110.9 for him. And Tim Olson abandoned the lap. We're talking about old F1 drivers. Everybody is on their own laps right now. I think Matthew Stotts just crashed in turn 1. Can't really see where, or if that was intended or not. He's off the track now, so we'll never really know if that was intended or if that was actually driver error that put him in the wall or what have you. Liam Krog will get across the line, and he'll take provisional pole, then 109.22. Of course, we do have De Jong and Pacheco completing their outlaps now to challenge that. Leaving the final turn, here comes Jackson Tate. And what I believe will be his final attempt. He runs slower, so no threat from him. Connor Suchel was on an in-lap. Kyler Boggs is on an out-lap. And yeah, he's got space. The map looked like they were close together, but not necessarily. Not here. The sudden difference in brightness has just blinded me for a split second. Oh my goodness, that was like centimeters away from the wall. His own teammate, Suchel, just about clears the way for De Jong as he rounds the last two turns. This time, no hesitation through the final corner. What will it be from De Jong? A 108.77. Sorry, 769. You're funny. Make it loud of me, will you? And here comes Pacheco out of the last turn. What will he manage? A 108.82, so Liam Carragh could not stand up to that. Kahan and Kelly are on their outlap, so they will get more laps in before the session is done. Jonathan Parker is on his lap, as is Kyler Boggs. Kyler Boggs now on softs to the right. I forgot what setting I had that on down there. Kahan rounds the final turn. He gets a straight exit out of the final turn. This is an outlap. And Lee Kelly a little bit up the road. A bit of a wall bounce for Kahan. Jack Knickel is on an outlap. It'll be quite the time crunch if he can get this car back around in time. You're lucky this isn't Project Cars, AJ. The game wouldn't let you do the next lap anyway. And he still might not get around in time. He just got in there in time. So we'll look now to Lee Kelly as he leaves the last turn. And he will challenge with a 108.57. He gets to the pole. Unless Mitch Kahan has an answer. Mitch Kahan answers with a 109.3. Meaning Lee Kelly, unless AJ pulls the Christmas miracle lap time here, will be on the pole for the race. And considering AJ has Jonathan Parker in his way, I do believe that is... Oh yeah. That is his lap done for. And so with that interesting conclusion is Lee Kelly's AI just about tears into them. I say, AJ, please, helm up the broadcast. Here I said Christmas miracle, but it was instead a Christmas nightmare for AJ Nickel. Because Parker had somehow managed to slam himself into the wall while on a cooldown lap, and I am not exactly sure how that just happened, to be honest with you. And there's a very clear skill gap in this league right now. There's the ones that made the 1-minute 9s and the ones that did not. Let drivers load into the actual race session. They're smoking in the pit lane. Oh, really? The drivers get on their formation lap. And here especially I think drivers will actually want to, as I see only AJ outside of the top 10 has opted to start on the soft tires. I mean, that would be the strategy. You'd want to go as long as you can, assuming you don't knock your wing off anywhere. The drivers in the back, with their mediums and hards, can use the time, but they are clear from the opposing vehicles after they have pitted. Braden Cisco somehow been disqualified from the session, but didn't take anybody with them, like what usually happens in formation laps. But yeah, you'd want to use your, the time you have clear space ahead of you, especially on a track like this, away from the soft tire users to maximize your potential and attempt to pass people under, you know, under pits and such, because it's the only time that you can feasibly do it on this track. 9 times out of 10, you try and pass somebody around to Monaco, and it ends in disaster for at least one of the 2 cars. These cars are much wider than the ones that started the Monaco Grand Prix in like 1927. AJ Kinnickle and Connor Suchelman disqualified from the formation lap. I've been of the opinion that the Monaco Grand Prix needs to really be changed, or it needs to just go. But that's Ranker's hot take for the day, as we receive a really weird camera angle. And the 5 red lights. And we are green for the Monaco GP. It's always a stack up into the first corner. Some drivers are actually ghosting. There's a McLaren with a bit of his wing broken off. That must be Kahan, and he's already feeling the effects from it. Almost everybody is ghosting right now. I couldn't exactly tell you why that is. And we get the always unique view of the drivers going through the lowest hairpin. Super fast, super powerful race cars doing like 23 miles per hour. It's all surprisingly pretty orderly through the first lap. There's the minor, you know, scrapes and bumps, but that'll happen at any track. Usually Monaco has had a disaster by now, so... You can see parts of the wing as it'll be... No, I actually got it this time. I mean, you can analyze that. I didn't get the chance to. There's a yellow in Sector 1. I don't know for what. Now, Mitch Kahan with more problems. Oh, he has lost his entire front wing. And Matthew Soch is going to have to sit behind that, or that will work. And it was Liam Carragh, Connor Suchel, and Connor Hannock who pit in. It's a bad day to be named Connor, apparently. Everyone's pretty spaced out right now. And this is the closest thing that resembles a battle. The small three-way contest between Kinnickle, Boggs, and Olsen, as AJ will dive into the pit lane, making that, you know, a two-car battle. Boggs and Olsen have had the start of a lifetime. They are both up 7 places from where they began the event. Not exactly what Kahan was looking for, though, as he's finally made his way to the pit lane after the broken wing, which I'm not sure what has caused that. Whether that was himself, or what have you. My throat was beginning to dry up just a little bit. Boggs is also getting near to Jake Scarborough ahead. After a unique one through the swimming pool chicane. Oh, we're getting something going on up here. De Jong getting nice and personal with the Alfa Romeo on the back, you know, on the back of Lee Kelly. Doesn't get the exit he needs to send it through here, however, so we'll have to wait. Now, passes can be made to the lowest hairpin if you're on a wheel, as Jake Scarborough has since just totaled the car at the... somewhere? It's Casino Square, I think. So that super close constructors battle that I was hinting at in qualifying has since... well, it's lost a competitor because my teammates scoring no points in this race. And Nathan Carr could not attend. We couldn't find a reserve driver. And now Jake Scarborough has cooked it through Casino Square to be the first DNF of the day. So now we're under a safety car, as pretty much any wreck that'll happen in this race is liable to bring out one. And since, you know, there's not much room to maneuver around things on this course. Boggs and Olsen, unsurprisingly, have stayed out. I don't think anybody else has. I don't think anybody else had the option, well, other than De Jong up here, who now leads. Excuse me. So we'll try and, under the safety car period, bring up the... Apparently I'm being reports that, Kyler Boggs was involved with what happened to Scarborough that brought out the safety car we are currently under. And by hearing reports, I of course mean he's my driver, so... Oh. Connor Suchel has had a collision with Jackson Tate, and he has received a drive-through for it. I'm trying to bring up the constructors, but my tablet is being a little bit uncooperative. Luckily, the safety car is not going in this lap, so I'm not exactly missing a lot. And now, I'm seeing that in the corner of my eye. What is that? Oh my god. Oh no. Let's see here. About 65 warnings. Jake with terminal damage. Oh, Jackson got his drive-through for speeding into the safety car. As did Mitch Kahan. Yeah, Jackson Tate, who then got a warning for crossing the exit line. Then both he and Suchel got together, both getting penalties. And then Jackson gets another penalty for crossing the pit lane exit line. And then a penalty for corner cutting. I want what he's on, man. And the safety car was coming in this lap. And it's always leader's choice here at Monaco, so... Oh, my nose itches. Yeah, it's pretty much gonna be a single file session here. It's even more of a kick in the nuts because the website for ARC shows about a Ferrari at Monaco, and there are none of those now. Yes, not only is constructors really close, Nathan Carr would be 2 points off the lead, but he's not here. So Lee Kelly would be the points leader by 6 over Christian Pacheco. And another point further back to De Jong, who will be probably third points after this race. It's 52, 46, 45. And then it is quite a gap down to AJ Kinnickle, 5th in points at 34. at the moment, Constructors was, currently technically is, In Pursuit Esports, 2 Racing Point drivers of Boggs and Pacheco, leading with 76. NFR, the Ferraris of my team of Scarborough and Nathan Carr at 74, and then the Renault team of Mikey De Jong and Connor Setchel are at 72. And then it's 64 for both McLaren and for Alfa Romeo. So, another penalty for Jackson Tate, now for speeding into the pit lane. Is he trying to go for the Darwin Award? Find the dumbest ways to get penalized. Or just find as many as physically possible to get penalized. Oh no, oh no, does he even care anymore? But yeah, of course, NFR has no way of, maintaining this constructor's position right now, so we'll be down to probably 5th, at most 4th, in constructors after this race, and that would assume that Frontside or SHR Esports cannot collect 10 points throughout the course of this race. Which right now they're not doing that, to be fair. SHR is not. Or, no, excuse me. Frontside is not currently doing that. And speaking of, I should probably get this off my screen. AJ Knickel is on the diffuser of Braden Sisko, very close to him. As is Liam Krog, very close to this two-way battle. This is very important. Uh-oh. I was gonna say, he just hit him with the NASCAR, but no. He backed off and let Christian recover the vehicle. A very important battle for 6th going on, as these are the 3 of the major contenders in the Constructors. Oh my lord, Liam. Big save to keep his car in the running with that one. He is just flooring out of these corners. He has no fear. Christian Pacheco is also pushing his fuel low to try and stick with Setchel here. Lock up from Lee Kelly. He's very good at those from what I've seen. And Mikey De Jong is just home free right about now. I forgot I could turn this on. I'm sorry. I should be. No. Oh, Matthew Stotts has wrecked his car. Oh my golly. Both of his rear tires are gone. Yeah, that's another safety car. And Mikey De Jong pits at this opportunity, as do Boggs and Olsen. So Lee Kelly will regain the lead. Parker goes in, Setchel in, Pacheco not in. And big news for Pacheco because he can hopefully use the safety car period to get his fuel delta back in the positive a little bit. Knickel and Liam Angelo also staying out under this safety car period, as I believe they pit earlier. Nope. Yeah, in the case of Karag and Knickel, they pit multiple times earlier, so... Their tires are not in dire straits. However, AJ should probably turn off overtake. Oh. What's the safety? Huh? Oh. Oh, he's waiting for the leader. Okay, I was so confused there. I thought they were just following it normally. No. They just couldn't go around it yet. Wait a minute. To me, Kelly's just prepared to sit under safety, oh my lord. Under AI mode and under the safety car the whole way through. I didn't know that that's allowed. Yep. This is against the rules. You're not allowed to sit under AI mode, under safety car, under any circumstances. Letting an AI drive your car under VSC or under safety car is strictly prohibited. So unless there's like a major emergency going on for him, that's not right. No one else is doing that either, so... Anyway, now that I've done my detective work for this race, probably change this off to stops. So right now, driver of the day would definitely be Tim Olson, who is up 9 places from his starting grid position. Alternatively, it could also be AJ Knickel, who is up 7, but he's running at a higher position right now. Of course, there's still a long ways to go. We're not even halfway done with this GP. A lot can still happen. We need those safety cars, man. I fail at commentating over safety cars so badly, and it's embarrassing, but there's nothing to talk about. There's hardly anything to talk about normal racing in Monaco, so a safety car is even worse for me. I'm not like the real broadcasts of these motorsports where they have a bunch of extra data and, you know, records and such to go over that may or may not actually mean anything. And the safety car will be in this lap. Thank God. But it's not like I have information sitting around like, oh, we've had an average of 3.72 safety cars per Monaco Grand Prix. Will this trend continue? Like, dude. I'm sorry. I'm being unprofessional. Mikey DeJong has overtaken AJ as they hit turn 1. I didn't know it was that possible to be that close to somebody here. Oh. 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 Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's got, oh, it just keeps getting worse for poor Setchel. Oh my god, and then lag. Or was that lag? I don't know what on earth that was, but it wasn't pretty, I'll tell you that much. As AJ Kaneko has overtaken Lee Kelly. Oh. He's disconnected. I thought he was just sitting under AI on the safety car. No, he's just not there at all. My mistake. See, he's no longer really subject to being penalized. With that in mind. Don't mind me just passing through. That was interesting. With Lee Kelly not technically at his controller or in control of the vehicle right now, Christian Pacheco has inherited the lead over the other Alfa Romeo driver who is there at the moment. AJ Kaneko wants revenge on Mikey DeJong as he's put it in neutral. I mean, I've heard of fuel saving, but not quite like that. I'm surprised he didn't stall it there. Is that even how you stall an F1 car? I don't even know. I need to take that off the screen, I keep forgetting. DeJong is pitting in. I did not see what may have warranted that. Tim Olsen now up to 4th from 15th on the grid. Kyler Boggs directly behind him. Sometimes if I switch to somebody's camera and they're on the accelerator, I think I'm hearing their car twice. We have Parker. He was running exactly where he started, so he's the only one on the track doing that. Everyone just taking liberties through the harbor chicane. Or the Nouvelle chicane? Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know, I always just call it the harbor chicane, or the chicane that I can never take, right? Oh, jeez. Ugh. There's not even like any kind of technique to passing at this track. You really just have to either be way faster than the car ahead of you, or you have to wait for the car ahead of you to make an error. Regardless, Johnny Parker is going to go for it and smack the wall. And he's going to let Boggs go back by because he knows his vehicle will be in the way because he's lost a lot of turning. Make it wrong with the fast lap. Yeah, I suppose you got all that clear track ahead of you. Near misses at this track always, like, make my heart skip a beat when I see something like that happen. Very loose moment for Krog, and for what it's worth, AJ gets DRS assistance here for, I mean, yeah, for what it's worth. It's not much at this track. Parker into the pits after breaking his wing in there in T1, as we saw on the stream. Connor Hannick managed to salvage himself back up to 7th after being rotated on the restart. Oh my lord, Christian Pacheco is out of the race. He's wrecked from the lead and there's a VSC. Looks like he may have overcooked it. I can't see what damage he has though. Is he missing a rear tire? What damage does he have? Either way, he's obviously crashed and is out of the race. Tate with more penalties. Braden Sisko with a penalty for cutting the corner. And all these top 5 cars are on hard tires, so they'll look to make it to the end barring crashes. More penalties for Braden Sisko back there. He doesn't have damage, or if he does, he's not pitting for it. So his wing is missing, but he's not pitting. Interesting decision making. Up. BSC now? For what? Huh? Bruh. Don't think you can serve drive-thrus under safety cars either, so... Oh, I've never seen that before. Oh my god. I've never seen someone get disqualified from penalties. Oh my god. This race has been a bizarre adventure. That's to say the least. Under any other track, this would be striking distance, but to take the lead, AJ would need Liam to make a mistake. He kind of made one just there. Braden Sisko being up ahead may also interfere with matters. Meanwhile, not a mistake, Mikey DeJong is just overtaking Connor Hannock. I don't know if Connor just let him by, or maybe he made an error out of the last corner, I'm not exactly sure. No, they both cleared the lap. Oh yeah, because he's ghosted. Right, I forgot about that. I was like, wow, that was easy. Yeah, it's because he's transparent. The lead 2 is the only place worth putting the camera. Nobody is within 2 seconds of each other outside of these two, and they're less than a second apart. Can the Alpha driver handle the pressure? Because that's a better overtaking tool than DRS or ERS will ever be at this circuit. It's not a matter of how much power you have in your car, it's a matter of how much power you have to intimidate your rival in front of you. Also, under most other circumstances, I would say that Mikey DeJong would be in the lead right now, but considering it is an 8-second journey for him to reach the leader, and he's on soft mediums, he's on fresher mediums than everybody else, or and also not on mediums, or not on hards. Brain, smooth brain. Oh my god, excuse me, I'm having a moment. Angelo, despite having the more worn out tires, is starting to get away from Knickel and increase his gap as the leader. But we do have Mikey DeJong catching up to the McLaren of Mitch Kahan. He will have DRS as they hit the front straightaway. For how much that's worth here, which usually, again, not much. DeJong will send it, and that was, wow, that was graceful. I'm kind of shocked by how graceful that was. He now looks to get to Kyler Boggs next. And after that, it's the Williams of Tim Olson to reach the podium. Meanwhile, Johnny Parker has passed the since exited Lee Kelly. No, because Parker pit. I was like, why is he even back here? Oh, that's the wall reverb. I was like, you're hearing this, right? Like, it sounds like you're hearing his car twice. It's because he's up against the wall. So it's like kind of reverberating into the audio. At this point, AJ Krog is driving off into the sunset. Your only hope is that he has to pit last second for soft tires because his hards get too worn out, or he makes a mistake. You are better off putting it in standard or lean and just staying ahead of Tim. Speaking of staying ahead, you have Mikey DeJong, who's already caught up to the racing point of Kyler Boggs. That's the easy part. Now you just gotta get the move done. He seems to have had no problem doing that so far, so perhaps that'll continue, but we'll have to see in like, 45 seconds from now. He thought about it there, but Kyler closed the gap. Uh-oh, that was not good. Well, that's one way to get the pass done. That's not the way I would have gone with, but... He hits him with the NASCAR maneuver, and he'll be on his way, and probably subject to a penalty later. And I would not be surprised. Yeah, Kyler is missing an end plate there. I was so confused there. You have no idea. I was like, how is Lee Kelly passing people? He's an AI. And I was like, oh, pitting. Yes, that. I'm seeing them put more and more laps on these tires. I'm suddenly not so convinced that these hard tires can go the distance. Braden Sisko is out of the session, and that answers that question, but none of the front runners will get the opportunity, besides Kyler, to pit. So that's certainly saved him. Oh man, that is not a fun place to crash. I mean, nowhere is, but of all of the not fun places to crash, that is the least fun. Oh my, that car is destroyed! I don't think that had any tires left on it. What do you do to that thing? Drive it into a can opener? Or a wall? God! Why did I say can opener anyway? I meant to say car crusher. Can opener is funnier. Just peeled the tires right off like soup can lids. That's kind of where... Maybe that's where I was coming from by saying that. I don't know. So now comes the, Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no way these tires... Oh, apparently... Well, AJ takes. Tim had a very important decision to make. Mikey goes in. I didn't think everybody would be pitting, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think Mikey would be pitting anyway. And I figured you're Tim, you're kind of an underdog performer in this event. You'd want to take a risk, but I guess he kind of fell back on everybody else pitting, and he was... Yeah, actually, never mind, I can totally see that. So now, Liam Krog's definitely gonna have the gauntlet here. He's got 27-lap-old hard tires versus 4 cars on soft tires. The only thing he's got going for him is that this is Monaco. Also, shout out to the tire saving from the AI, who's also managed to make his hard tires go 26 laps. Does Karag feel the peer pressure? Does he pit in now noticing his state of emergency? Or does he stubbornly stay on the track for that track position? Nope. So this will be interesting. Liam Krog will have to fend off the hordes to win the Monaco GP. Behind him comes Knickel and Olsen, neither of which... Well, Olsen's never won. Knickel has not won in a very, very long time. And then there's Micah De Jong, who's probably gonna... he's had a win. He's done enough. And then it's Kyler Boggs, who obviously has the weakest standing of these 4 soft tire runners, but he's also in the best spot to take advantage if any moves go wrong. Well, there goes that, unless that gets removed post-race, which, I mean, I feel like it probably should. Certainly for AJ, I don't know about for Tim. I have to actually see where the contact was, to be sure. We are, of course, not going in this lap unless that was obscured by the penalty. Nope, the lights are still flashing and the safety car's still there, so... I'm looking at the lights and not at the fact that the safety car didn't go into the pit lane. Good job, Riker. This is just all the better for everybody that's not Liam Krog right about now. As the longer we're under safety car, the less wear their tires will have. And, by extension, the more pace they'll have come the final 2 laps. And safety car will be coming in now. We'll witness the fall, or the tower defense. I don't know what impressed me more, if Kara can hold them off, or if pass can actually be made for the win. Oh my god, bruh. Oh my lord. Oh my god. That's a penalty, I think. And Mikey's gonna take the lead. Well, so much for any new winners happening. Nope, Mikey's just gonna win the damn race again. Or, that's slip. Mikey's gonna just win another race. Happy birthday. That was utterly questionable. It's the only way I can say that. Parker puts it in neutral through the hairpin. And now Karak has spun it in the hairpin. That's not a hairpin, that's just like, oh my god, where am I? I'm not even in Monaco anymore. I don't... He's retired the car. I don't have big mistake from Kyler. Mitch Kahan is right there on his heels to recover second place. DRS is enabled. You can't use it now. That's for next lap. Connor Hannock has had a quiet race. He survived. That's the most important thing you can say about yourself in the Monaco GP. You have survived. And he may have penalties, but he will still finish in at least 5th place, assuming he doesn't... No! What a say! Assuming he doesn't do precisely what he prevented himself from doing just there. Crash. I don't think he'll get any higher unless those penalties are removed post-haste. Even if he did pass the Renault ahead of him. But even still, 5th place with the trials and tribulations this race has presented him with. There's nothing to be ignored. Eventually, Kyler is going to pay for that. Yep, there it is. Big wing brake moment after bouncing off the wall. Wait a minute, how? Oh, more wall bouncing. Mitch will have to do something, but there's not much he can do about it here. I don't know why there's a yellow flag around AJ. He's not making any errors or anything. Huh? Ugh. Ouch. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Well, we didn't die. As we went too wide through the final 2 corners. That's crucial. We didn't die. Everything is just coming up Renault today, isn't it? Renault is just the Mercedes of AF1. We're back in like 2005. Okay, Kyler. Struggling to choose a lane, it appears. Jonathan Parker with the fastest lap. What the heck was that I just heard? And I guess Mitch hit the inside wall over there or something? I can't tell you. Despite his wing damage, Kyler is still driving the wheels off of that race car. I'm not exactly sure how he's doing it, but it's going to come to a violent end at any point. I'm surprised it didn't happen there. I mean, yeah, this is where you gotta try for it. Can't tell if AJ wrecked his car or if he's just mentally done that, I don't know. But Mikey de Jong is going to end up taking the win at Monaco in a very chaotic race where we've cut the field down 9 drivers fewer. Connor Suchell with the unique last-minute maneuver in Kyler Boggs, and he's just going to have to let that one go because he doesn't have the traction to fight it. So Connor Suchell will take second at the very last minute, a podium for Kyler Boggs. He'll be driver of the day either way, unless he gets penalized. Mitch Kahan survives for 4th place, Connor Hannock survives to place 5th, and Jonathan Parker will be the last of the running vehicles in today's Monaco Grand Prix. Yes, that'll do it for today's race, the Monaco GP. And I'll be back Wednesday to bring you the action of the next race in the ARC Ferrari Challenge. I do not know what track that'll be at.